Okay.
I like
Let's get back to it. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. Okay, who wants to go first?
We'll go first.
Okay, let's hear it.
We are thinking it's about 950 to 965 is the range.
Okay. And why?
We looked at a couple of the pendings and a couple of the solds, and looked at the amenities and whatnot, and it looked to us that about 950 to 965 is probably going to be selling quicker from what we saw at the closing dates and stuff too, with other stuff also.
Okay. Well, I wanted at least over $1 million.
Well, if that's the case, you have to understand that it might not sell as quickly, or we might not see as much interest at all.
Okay. Well, how come there's those ones that sold over $1 million?
Well, those ones have quite a bit of amenities. They've got some nice views. You have great views too. I'm usually good at improvising. But we think that also those are in the past. This is today's market, and this is what we think today's market's gonna bear.
Okay. Isn't today's market rising though?
Well, you wanna stay, you don't wanna be chasing the market, you wanna get right in there, because we don't know what people are gonna be doing until the market tells us. And something that my instructor Keone said that I really liked was, you don't want to be chasing the market, you want to listen to what the market is telling you, and this is what the market is telling us. You have a pretty big range there too, from 950 to 965. We can start out at 965 and see what it does.
Okay. Good, right? Have an answer. Basically what you want to have an answer. And you were good going down that path of the amenities, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is why you can't get that, because it's different than this,
Yeah.
right? It's not like this.
Yeah.
But you're just
Going off
it's
memory.
not like kind, you don't have this, right? That's why I like taking that, because you can show the picture, right?
Yeah.
This does not look the same, right?
Also, one of the listings that we looked at 15 Comet EP Circle, they have a velvet painting of Elvis on the wall, and that drove the price down quite a bit, I'm pretty sure.
I love Elvis. That would have been an upper for me.
I can get you their number.
Maybe it's included, right?
Yeah.
The rest of the painting is $1 million bucks, the
All
rest of the house comes
furniture
free.
has to go, but I want that painting.
Alright, good. Any questions for them? How about you guys? Group 2.
We were close, unfortunately, we probably didn't have as much time as we were looking at trying to figure it out. But we feel if this client is looking to sell right away, that we would price it at closer to $949.
Okay. So look at that. You're pretty close, right? Pretty close. Good.
Obviously, the subject property, we don't have the views. We didn't use any pendings. We only use sold properties. We took some that were sold last year. We know that the market's gone up about 6%, so we kind of took their sold price and added 6 to 10%, assuming they have a little bit better amenities. A couple of these were a little bit higher, but you're going to get a premium for golf course views, and I don't know if this had a golf course view or not. I know you mentioned pools don't add value. I think they do add a little bit of value.
Depends, right?
Yeah, it just depends on the buyer. Again, if the customer wanted to push closer to $1 million, I'd say let's shoot for that for a couple weeks and then see what kind of action we get. But otherwise, if you're, let's just say they got divorced and we're looking to sell it right away, we're gonna have to be in that 949
Right.
range, and we're gonna be about 4 to 6 weeks to probably really get an offer.
Right. So remember that. Go back to the motivation, right? I was waiting for you to go to motivation, right? But I didn't really kind of give you that part of the story. But you always go back to that, right? Well, you said you got to sell it, so this is the price we got to sell it. If you want to test the market, well, then we can test the market. But you don't have that luxury, you have to sell it. The court says you gotta sell it, right? And the court's gonna determine what the price is, and it's gonna, I'm gonna have to show them that this is the price range, right? Not a dream, this is a reality price, right? So try to always go back to motivation if they're above, right? Right on the money, then you can just hit it and sign them up. So at any point when you're ready, and I think you'll talk about this in the next couple classes, when you get that feeling like, okay, it's time to ask them to sign this listing, ask them, right? If you come up with a price together, well, should we put it on the market today then, right? Pull the paper out, start writing that up. Then you'll start talking about commission and all that once you have the listing out, right? But now you're started that listing process, right? The actual listing document. Okay, that's the feeling you're gonna get after that. Good, good, everybody. So we were pretty close, right? Pretty close in that. So that's how you do a CMA. It's just like that. You're gonna do that every time, right? Looking at the things, looking at the amenities, looking at all that stuff, and then here's the price range, right? Yeah, so anyway, going back to that, motivation is always one when you're trying to get them to come down in price. Sometimes the pool is good, sometimes it's not, right? You just don't know. You can see what the buyer comes in and says that it might be good or not. So view definitely is a good factor, right? If you got good great ocean views or whatever, then you're gonna get a little bit more there too. So good, but that was the exercise that you're gonna do for your whole career. That is a typical way to do a CMA, and you might do a CMA even for buyers, right? Because you're gonna show them a bunch of stuff, and then they're gonna say, well, what should we offer? And you're kind of like, ooh, I don't know. Do a CMA? Perfect, they'll tell you what you should offer, right? Okay, moving on to page 27. We are going to do some, or you're going to do some things tonight. When's your next class? Thursday? Okay, so you're gonna do some stuff to prepare for your next class. I believe there's a long video. Page 28. If you go down, you're gonna download and prepare your open house checklist for your seller. Create a list of names to call in Power Session Shake. Let me every class. There is a video. Staging the home, 3 video series, it's half an hour, right? Total, I believe. Read, create a green sheet. Green sheets are eventually going to go away sooner than later. And a green sheet is basically you're filling out an online form, and that's how you get paid. So what you're gonna, if you're gonna donate anything to anybody, and how much you maybe have a co-agent or something like that, right? Pretty easy to fill out, and like I said, it's gonna go away. Create and enter a listing in the KWLLS. All right. Okay, so do those things for Thursday, because you'll use that stuff in the Thursday lesson. 29. Every day in class, you'll be making calls to a specific group, right? We follow the 3 steps of the process. Prepare, right? Create your call list for the next class. Take action. Calls will be made in the next class, and then maintain. Notes, your handwritten notes will be sent out to those people, right? For the next class, focus on contacting people from your social media challenges or channels, as well as referrals. So you just fill in the names here, right, on your main followers or whatever off the social media. Okay, let's go to page 30, and we're recalling and remembering why it's important to properly price. Why is it important to properly price a home to sell?
Because the first few weeks are crucial.
Okay, why? What does it do?
Generate serious buyers.
Okay, good. Attracts buyers, right? Showings, right? Generates showings, creates interest, and then it should produce offers too, right? If you're priced right, you're going to get offers. If you're not priced right, you're going to get the showings, but nothing from it. And then, you know, if you take a listing and you get a lot of people through, call those agents. Say, hey, what'd you think? Right? This is all feedback for the seller too. Hey, what'd you think of it? Well, we saw this other one that was, a little bit better price because it had this, right? That's something you can tell your seller, right? It's all ammunition for you. So take those notes down when you go to get that price reduction. You say, look, I called everybody that's seen this, and everybody said, right, that this is why the people didn't like it. Very helpful, right? Blaming someone else, right? It's not you. What are the 4 factors that drive price? Condition. Location. Size. And
Price. Oh, that is that.
amenities, right? What does it have with it? Size, location, condition, and amenities. What is important about the window of opportunity?
It's small.
True. Yeah. The scripted answer is the percentage of buyers who will look at a property increases and decreases in direct proportion to the property's price compared to market value. Pricing above the market does not get you showings. Pricing at or just below the market does, right? Especially if they're motivated, right? Maybe we price it just a little under the market so we get those showings. And that doesn't necessarily mean to be the cheapest either, right? Why is the CMA important?
It shows the buyer or the seller, whichever you're dealing with, what properties in that area are going for, what they have.
Yeah, helps them make their decision, right? Information. I like what Matt was saying about those stats, right? Especially for stats people. They're like, ooh, yeah, stats, Oh, 6%, oh, wow, It shows like, hey, man, I did the research. This is a fact. I'm not just BSing you, right? I did the research and the percentages shows this is what it should be, right? Very good closing technique. But Marcus hit it on the head, right? Helps them determine. Gives them information, all the information they need to. Of like time. It's comparables. How many contacts do you have in your KW Edge database? You should have 200. Okay, how many new contacts do you have today? You should have 50 or 60 by now, that's what it says.
Isn't Edge gone now?
Yes, it's all in command now, right? Well, there's still some things we're doing on the Edge, but it's all supposed to roll into command. So, if you got any ahas today, how will you make those concrete changes to make those ahas now a part of your practice?
Consistency.
Meaning what, Connor?
Consistently practice your ahas and study them. Make sure you recognize, and develop an understanding where you didn't have one before, and consistently practice that.
Definitely, right?
Yeah.
It's the only way you're gonna get better, right? You gotta practice it. Practice pulling up the CMA quicker. Practice using your closing script, right? Anything like that will help you. So, what kind of tools would you use, anyone, to change that behavior? What's out there to help you?
The MLS.
MLS, good one, right? It's at your fingertips. It's on your phone, right? We have our app, right? Any property you go by, you just pull it up and look. Oh, that's how much that is, right? Being new to the business, any open house, you should not be driving by it. You should be stopping in it and check it out, right? It take you 5 minutes to run through it, and then it's in here, right? Then you know. One more thing down. One more thing that you know, right? Okay, good. There are some scripts on CMA here that you guys can work on. Yeah. And it will flow a lot better, but you're going to be intimidated by it because there are a lot of unanswered questions, right? That you're going to go into this going like, ooh. But the scripts help that, right? And also your broker will help you. I had an agent before that was going for a listing, didn't get the listing, so they called me out of the driveway. Long driveway, right? Country property. So they asked me a simple question, right? I said, oh, well, just tell them this. They're like, oh, okay, that's good. I said, no, turn around and go tell them that. They're still home, right? So they went, turned around and talked to them, got the listing. Okay, so rely on your brokers too, right? If you don't know something, say, oh, hold on a second, let me step out and call my broker real quick, right? Call your broker, then blah, 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 talk story, and there you go, your answer's solved, right? So you rely on them for that because it's same like as in a client, right? They can't answer anything on their own. You're there to answer their questions. That's what your broker's there for too, right? But give your brokers a heads up, hey, I'm going on this listing, I might call you, right? Then they're prepared for it. They're not at the movies going, what? Okay. All right. I think we're done. What? A few minutes to spare. Well, keep going, gang. And you know what? I'll tell you this. There's a ton of information you're going to learn here in these Ignites. We do not expect you to remember everything, right? But you get an overview of everything, right? And then slowly as your business develops, you're going to start doing it. And remember, you can always come back to an Ignite. You know, if you're like, oh, I remember that one. That would have been good now. So come back. You can sit in any Ignites you want, no matter what, anytime in your career.
Any final words before I cut the camera?
No, that's it. Thanks, Connor.